Hello, Garland ISD family. My name is Ramona Morin Aguilar, and I'm the Director of Family and Community Engagement. Thank you for joining our Reopening School Parent University. We look forward to visiting with you the last week of each month this school year to provide you with information about our amazing school district, but most importantly, this is a time for us to hear from you. Please inbox us privately or chat with us by commenting on this video with any questions or suggestions that you have. My team is here to chat with you live during this broadcast. You are welcome to chat with us about anything you would like to share. I hope that your kiddos enjoyed the first 2 weeks of virtual learning. I know we had some technical glitches on the first few days, but we appreciate your patience and, as always, your support. Our Garland ISD family is amazing only because you are a part of it. This school year started differently, but as always, we are overjoyed that we have the opportunity to serve you. If you ever need assistance, please remember that we are an email or phone call away. We also have an app for that, so make sure to download our app today. During remote learning, here's also a website that lists the best sources to get answers to your question. This page includes a list of school email addresses for campus-specific questions and a list of department email addresses for department-specific questions. Have you had time to visit our COVID-19 and school operations website? I find it to be very helpful when I'm looking for any updates or announcements. There's also resources and other information about school operations that have been impacted by COVID-19. In addition, there are links to additional websites if you need to find answers to school reopening questions, get help with district-provided Chromebooks, iPads, and hotspots, order curbside meals for students learning at home, see information about back-to-school reminders, or find family support and community resources. For information about school reopening, here is the best website. On this page, you will find the Reopening School Instructional Guidebook and frequently asked questions about reopening school. Tonight, we have special guests that will be sharing information with us about reopening school. We are excited to have guests from Garland ISD Health Services, Facilities and Maintenance, and also Student Services. Please remember, my team is here to chat with you live during this broadcast. Please also like and share this video with our Garland ISD family. Thank you again for joining us.
Hello, GISD families. My name is Laura Veda, and I'm the lead nurse for GISD Student Health Services. We are over the moon excited to have our students returning to our school building soon. Our school nurses have been feverishly researching COVID-19 and the new protocols put into place by Garland ISD. Today I'm here to talk to you about what school is going to look like when your students return. It's going to look very different this year, and we hope that with a little knowledge and preparation, your child will transition easily into an in-person learning environment. The most important thing you can do to help keep our schools safe during the COVID-19 pandemic is to keep your child home when they are ill or when someone in your home is ill. It is imperative that you take an inventory of each household member's health in the morning before taking your child to school. If anyone in your home is exhibiting symptoms of COVID-19, keep your child home. Contact the school office for the next steps to take. At this point, it is required for students to wear a cloth face covering or mask while at school. We understand that this is not always an easy task for small children to keep a mask on appropriately. I encourage you to begin talking with your child about the proper way to put on and take off a mask. You may also want to practice with them wearing a mask at home, starting in small increments of time. Remember to have them wash or sanitize their hands after touching their mask. The school will provide one washable cloth face covering for each student. You may choose to have the student wear this or another type of cloth face mask. But what if the mask is too big for my face? There are a couple of options to help keep the mask fit a little bit better on the child's face. You can tie the ear loops to make them shorter. You can also attach the ear loops to something behind their head to pull the mask tighter to their face. GISD will provide one face shield to each student for the in-person learning. This shield is an optional additional layer of protection. Discuss with your child in advance whether you would like them to wear the shield or not while at school. In some cases, it may be appropriate for the teacher to ask students to put on a shield and remove their mask if needed for a specific activity. We have also installed hand sanitizer stations at entrances and in classrooms for easy access. Practice with younger students how to properly use hand sanitizer. They should rub the sanitizer solution on their hands for about 20 seconds or when their hands feel dry. Another change you will notice in the process of entering the school building. Each campus has made a plan for how to screen students as they arrive at the building. Your campus may have more entry points for students this year than in years past, and your student may have an entrance specific to them. When the student walks up to their assigned entry point, a trained screener will ask the student if they or anyone in their home is sick. If they pass the screening questions, they will step forward to have their temperature checked. The screener will scan their forehead with an infrared thermometer. Some secondary campuses will have entrances with walk-through temperature scanners. Any student with a temperature above 100 degrees will not be permitted to stay at school. The school nurse will be able to provide information about what criteria needs to be met before the student can return to in-person learning. Social distancing is going to be practiced as much as possible in the school building. Floor dots have been placed to help encourage social distancing in common areas. Student desks may be spread out and even include a clear plastic sneeze guard. Water fountains have been turned off until they can all be retrofitted with water bottle filling stations. Students need to bring a water bottle from home to drink from. They will be able to refill them at school. Students who become sick during the school day will be taken to an isolation area to be assessed by the school nurse. If the nurse believes that the child should be excluded from school, she or he will notify the parent. Parents should plan to have students picked up within 30 minutes of notification from the school. Students needing minor first aid may be cared for by the teacher in the classroom instead of being sent to the clinic. This is to reduce your students' risk for unnecessary exposure to additional people in the building. All routine well visits to the clinic for medications, diabetes care, asthma care, etc. will continue to take place. The state of Texas is still requiring student immunizations to be up to date for virtual learning. If the school nurse has contacted you about required immunizations that your student needs, we have some low-cost or free options available for you. These immunization clinics can be utilized if you are weary about going into a doctor's office where you may come into contact with sick patients. I want to encourage you to keep up to date by visiting the GISD website COVID page often. The Return to School Instructional Guidebook is a great resource for families. This document is updated as guidance from the CDC, Texas, and our local health authority changes. We are looking forward to working together with families to promote a safe and healthy school year. Thank you so much.
In Garland ISD, we are committed to protecting the health and safety of our students and staff. To help ensure that students have a safe upcoming school year, GISD is taking extra measures to protect the health of all who enter our doors. To meet our safety goals, GISD has increased the number of custodial staff at every campus. In addition to our normal stringent cleaning procedures, we're adding increased disinfection at all high-touch areas such as light switches, handles, countertops, bathroom surfaces, cabinets, phones, computers, and more. This will occur 4 times per day at 2-hour intervals. An additional disinfection of each campus will occur every evening using professional electrostatic disinfecting machines that are typically used by healthcare facilities. Hand sanitizing stations have also been installed in all classrooms and throughout each school. Plastic shields will be utilized where needed, including front offices, cafeterias, clinics, and libraries. Some of our students may have difficulty keeping a face covering in place for an extended period of time. In order to provide additional safety measures, we're installing desk shields at all of our elementary school campuses and in our ALE classrooms. Drinking fountains are being replaced with water bottle filling stations. Additionally, floor decals and signage will be placed throughout our campuses to remind students and staff to maintain social distancing. All employees will wear appropriate personal protection equipment as well. Caring for our GISD family is our number one priority, and we are working hard to have these new cleaning procedures in place when face-to-face learning resumes. By working together and staying diligent, we can continue to provide the safe learning environment our students and staff so greatly deserve.
Garland ISD Transportation COVID-19 Preparedness Protocols. Parents will be required to submit a daily pre-screening form. The form can be found on the GISD website. The form must be submitted at least 30 minutes prior to the morning bus pickup stop time. Parents and the driver will be contacted if the student is denied bus transportation. The campus will be contacted if the student is feeling ill or if a family member has been quarantined. All parents must furnish their student a face covering to be worn boarding, exiting and while on the bus. Students will not be permitted to board the bus without the required face covering. All buses will be disinfected twice a day after morning and afternoon runs by Fleet Wash, an outside vendor. Deep cleaning will be done on a case-by-case basis. Drivers will clean high-contact areas between each trip. Students will be assigned their seat with maximum distance allowed by route riders. Garland ISD is being proactive to assure the safety of all students and staff during the pandemic. It will take everyone working together to adhere to these protocols to help maintain the health of all students.
September 8th is a very important date. On that day, 37.6% of our students will be returning face-to-face as their parents have chosen, while the other 62.4% will remain in remote learning. We hope that you are pleased with your selection and would like to keep it for the remainder of the year. However, if you would like to make a change, beginning the morning of September 7th through Friday, September 11th, you will have the opportunity to make a change for the second quarter, which begins on October 12th. On the morning of September 7th, families will receive an email from the district with a link to the selection form. All families that are listed as Family 1 in Skyward Family Access will have the opportunity to make a selection for their students. After entering two very important pieces of information, the form will auto-populate with your child's name, grade level, and current instructional model. If you're happy with your instructional model, you really don't have to do anything. But if you would like to make a change, then you need to indicate that on the form. After you've submitted the form, you will receive an automatic confirmation. It's really just that simple. Whether you've chosen to return to school face-to-face or remain in the remote setting on September 8th and beyond, you will need to complete your child's back-to-school form. It just takes a few minutes and it allows you to update your contact information, your child's health information, secure a copy of the Student Code of Conduct, and so much more. This very important set of documents is available for every parent via Skyward Family Access. Just visit our website if you would like more information.
Thank you to our families and guests for joining us tonight on Facebook Live. We covered a lot of information, and if you have questions, please remember that our GISD website has a school reopening page that will have many of the answers to your questions. But as always, you can email us at askstudentservices@garlandisd.net, and we will get you pointed in the right direction if we can't answer that ourselves. You can find us, the GISD Face Department, on our YouTube channel, where you can see past episodes of our Facebook Live and other playlists that will help you as you navigate the school year. On Facebook and Twitter, we're at GISD Engagement. Thank you and have a good night.